The movie starts in a rainy night where people are returning home from work for the weekend, and it is also Valentine. We see Jennifer sending an email to her ex-boyfriend saying that she wants to go to him for Valentine and to fix their relationship back to normal. But then she stops sending the message and pack her things to go to the airport. In the same building, on another floor, a man who got wet in the bathroom while he was washing his hands. He is drying his clothes. It's strange, I know. After he is done, he picks his stuff and goes to the elevator, and he sees that the elevator is closing. He shouts for the person in there to hold it. And that is Jennifer, who is holding the elevator. After getting in, he starts talking to her. And Jennifer would nod her head out of kindness. But it's pretty obvious that she is bored and just wants to get out. Later, the man draws Jennifer's attention to a scratch on the metal wall of the elevator. A kind of sketch, some says, which is a person who is stuck in an elevator. As Jennifer is observing this, the elevator stops. Both of them try to inform by pressing the alarm button and calling for help, although they see a camera at the ceiling and flap their wings to ask for help, but it seems that no one is around, and there is no signal on their phones. Jennifer gets upset because if no one comes to help them, they will have to stay there until the end of the week. She remembers that she has a flight tonight. After that, they try to check the ceiling to see if the elevator has an emergency exit. When they realize that there's no exit, it makes the pressure worse, and she yells at the door and the walls. After these two introduce themselves and get to know each other, it becomes easier a little bit for Jennifer. The man gives her his bottle of water, and she gives him some chocolate. They calculate the worst possibilities that can happen, and they find out that if it goes like that, they have to stay there for about 80 hours. After a few hours, Jennifer needs toilet and is holding herself, but the man tells her that if she wants to do it right there is no problem at all, because both of them are in the same situation. But still Jennifer is nervous about it, so the guy gives her his bottle for that and makes noise and holds his ears so she can be relaxed. Jennifer finally finishes and goes to that scratch on the wall and adds one more to resemble as them. Then they talk more to know about each other's better. They talk about their problems and their relationships. The guy thinks now is a good time to open the bottle of wine he got. After drinking, they are more open and honest with one another. The man tells Jennifer that he wasn't honest with her at first, because he said he hasn't seen her around. But in fact, he has seen her several times in her workplace. And he didn't tell her these at first, because he thought it would make Jennifer uncomfortable. And it actually made Jennifer happy and thanks him. They draw pictures of each other's to pass the time. Then they start a new game in which they talk about their sexual life. And while the stories are exchanging between them, the guy kisses Jennifer, and they continue further having intimate moments in the elevator. After this operation, the guy tells Jennifer that he has developed an interest in her and has fallen in love with her, but Jennifer does not feel the same and puts on her clothes, telling him that she has no feelings for him at all and wants to fix her relationship with her ex-boyfriend when she leaves there. The man gets upset, and he begins to reveal things that make Jennifer shocked. He says that he has planned everything so that he can get to know her better. And he shows her the videos he had of her on his phone and tells her that he has been following her every day. The man reveals that he is actually the guard of the building and his name is Stalker, and all this time, he had the key in his pocket with which he could easily use to open the elevator. When he gets disappointed on having Jennifer, he comes to open the elevator, but Jennifer, who just found out that he was the cause of all these troubles, tells him that if she gets out, she will reveal everything to the police. He switches off the elevator, and Jennifer goes to take the key, so they get into a fight and Jennifer accidentally breaks the key. Then Jennifer hits Stalker with her high heels, knocks him unconscious. And when she goes to him to see if he is alive, he gets up and knocks Jennifer's head on the ground, and she passed out. When Jennifer wakes up, she sees him sitting in the corner whispering to himself about how they can have a good relationship if just Jennifer willing to. When Jennifer accuses him of kidnapping, he gets up and loses control. He punches the door and the wall, saying he just wants her to be with him, and that's all he wants, and he planned this all to get her. After this, he opens the gift that Jennifer wanted to give to her ex-boyfriend. He takes a black jacket from the box and pretends that Jennifer gave it to him as a gift and puts it on. Then he forces Jennifer to open the second box, which contains a set of cigars, lighters, and other stuff. Stalker lights one of those cigar and smoking and showing more crazy action. Then he switches mood, in which he apologizes to Jennifer for putting her in that situation because of his stupid ideas. When Stalker sees an advertisement of a resort island on the elevator screen, he promises Jennifer to take her out there when they leave the elevator. Then they realize that one of the ceiling panels has no screws, and Stalker climbs up the elevator wall and breaks the panel to get out, but it's too high. Jennifer tells him to help her go up instead, and she will bring help, but when Jennifer climbs up by the help of Stalker, she shows him that no help will come. Jennifer takes the ladder up to reach the elevator door and to save herself. But at this moment, as Stalker is pissed off and makes a rope with his clothes and climbs out of the hatch up to Jennifer. As she is opening the elevator door to go out, Stalker grabs her and they fall down back into the elevator. They remain unconscious for a while, then Jennifer wakes up before he does, and notices a fire alarm and tries to activate it by smoking a cigarette. But it doesn't work, and then she makes a small fire and the psycho of our story rises and wants to jump on Jennifer. But he brutally is injured and can't move. Jennifer kicks him and breaks his nose, then ties him up with a rope, and goes to the fire alarm and activates it to inform the fire department. She uses the opportunity to castrate Stalker with a cigarette lighter and some other tools she got. Stalker, who is scared, yells so hard that we skip into the next scene. In the next scene, we realize that she didn't do it, and Stalker thanks her for that. Then Jennifer makes him confess as she is recording for evidence. She doesn't want to be accused of anything that happened in the elevator when she get out. He confesses everything and says that his real name is John Deacons. John admits that he was in jail before because of an accident with a woman when he was drunk, and after his release, he was not given a job anywhere and he is forced to be a security in the company that Jennifer works. In the next scene, we see Eddie, another one of the guards who has come with his girlfriend and wants to show her the view of the city from the top of the roof. He tells his girlfriend to sit in the lobby for a few minutes. When he goes behind the security desk, he sees a couple of injured man and woman in the elevator on the monitor. Then we see Jennifer screaming and asking for help, and Eddie quickly rushes and opens the elevator door halfway with a tool. But he needs another tool to open it enough, so he goes to find it. At the same time, John unties himself and pulls Jennifer back in, and holds her so that she does not scream. Then John calls his coworker to help him. When Eddie goes halfway inside, John lets down the upper half of the door on Eddie and kills him. As Jennifer witnessing all these, he punches her unconscious and breaks her phone to destroy the confessions he had made, then takes her to the parking lot and puts her in the trunk. John cleans himself, then goes to the lobby to delete all the video that was recorded from the elevator on the computer. At the same time, Eddie's girlfriend missing him and asks John. John says he is gone, but then he decides to stop her and ends her life. John starts driving the car and reaches a garbage dumpster. He soaks the garbage with gasoline he had, and then goes to Jennifer to see if she is alive. When he is about to start a fire to burn Jennifer, she gets up and hits his broken nose with that gas can. Then sits behind the wheel to drive away, but in the car, she notices the cigar that John smoked earlier in the elevator. It reminds her of the plan she had, which he ruined it for her. So she decides to reverse the car, but she hits the trash truck that John jumped in and gets impaled by a metal bar which he can't move anymore. Jennifer lights the cigar she found in the car and throws it into the trash.